Welcome to the Customer News. I'm Rafer Weigel.
And I'm Mike Giambattista. Rafer, let's get right to the headlines.
In a stunning move, Amazon will now allow brands to connect directly with their customers. So the online giant is adding a follow button so that consumers can connect directly with merchants, which Amazon says will improve their customer experience. So, Mike, we talk about CX a lot on this show. Even Amazon is putting a premium on it.
Look, the biggest problem with Amazon and really any of these other brand new sales aggregators, think Uber Eats or DoorDash, et cetera, is that in the process of creating those sales, they've effectively stolen providers' customer relationships. Think about it. Joe's Pizza gets an order through Uber Eats, but loses the direct relationship they once had with their customer. Amazon's move, although restrained in its current form, is a huge change in the way vendors who sell through Amazon can still have something of a relationship with their customers. This is a big shift.
The pandemic put a spotlight on customer service, and now 58% of those surveyed say that COVID changed their standards completely when it comes to customer service. In the past, the idea of putting money into AI, automation, and better training for reps, companies viewed as a cost, but according to this article on the customer, now they look at it as more as an investment. Mike, your take on this?
Well, this might be more about semantics than anything else, but I happen to think they're important semantics. Traditionally, because CX doesn't often have a direct line to revenue, it's viewed as a cost center. The article, though, makes the case that the weight of and importance of EX and CX as frontline brand touch points should qualify them technically as a little closer to profit centers.
Well, with the ever-growing number of channels, MarTech stacks are getting a lot more cluttered. Managers are getting bombarded with pitches from vendors and colleagues. So how do you make sense of your stacks? Well, one approach, the same applied to an episode of Hoarders, clean out the clutter. And by doing so, apparently you will inspire joy, according to this article. The question I have, Mike, is who's the joy for whom, the company or the customer?
Well, maybe both. Remember Marie Kondo? If it doesn't bring you joy, then get rid of it. It was the ethos of the year about 2 years ago. Interesting that marketers are now viewing their efforts through those same lenses. Does the messaging bring joy to the conversation? Does it inspire something good, or is it just more clutter? I love the fact that we're now talking about emotional reasons we communicate rather than just the rational ones. There's actually a lot to talk about here.